Hi, so we have for sale a 1979 Kawasaki KZ650. I've been the owner for about the past year and a half. Wanted to make this video so you could see the condition that it's in, and also how I started up. I think with these older bikes sometimes they're a little bit harder to get going, so I can show you the ways that I use for it. There are 29,000 miles on it. I took pretty good care. I think most recently though, I rode it on a little bit of low oil. I took it in the shop, I drained out the oil, and there's only about half of it in the reservoir. So I took it around the block. It still runs. There's a little ticking whenever I accelerate it hard. Other than that, it's kind of hard to see how severe the damage is without opening up the engine. So I'm just kind of going to leave that up to the buyer. It could be really good, it could be very minor, easy fix. It could be something more severe, I'm not really sure. But I'm going to definitely sell it at a lower price, knowing that there's that disclaimer. And so it's been about 3 weeks since I've ridden her. I'll show you how I usually start it up. So first I keep the ignition off, and then I give it about 4 or 5 kicks to get the gas flowing into the engine. Choke up over here. And the electric starter does work, but it usually works when it's already been warmed up. Cold starting, I usually have to kick start it. So I'm gonna give it about 4 or 5 kicks right here. All right, ignition on. Almost. There we go. So you can see it runs. Turned over on about the 3rd or 4th kick after sitting for a few weeks. So if I'm kind of in a hurry, I need to get it warmed up a lot quicker. Something that I'll do is I'll keep the choke up all the way, and I will rev it at about 4,000 and keep it there for about 10-15 seconds. So I'm gonna do that right now, kind of warm it up. So there we go. Idles really well. Might take it for a spin around the block, but like I said, disclaimer, I did run it on low oil recently, so there may be some damage to the engine. But the ticking only does come whenever I accelerate it. I'll show you one more time. I'll rev the engine so you can kind of hear it. You really can't hear it unless it's in gear, but I think it sounds pretty okay when it's in neutral. And also, the kicking with ignition off doesn't get enough gas into the engine, I'll put it on prime. So I'll switch this over, the fuel pump over to prime, and it will push a little bit more fuel into the engine. So I might do that until it starts. Kind of have to play with it, but hope you liked the video. Happy bidding.